Do you ever feel a nagging unease about the future of our planet? You are not alone, and that feeling is a critical warning sign you can't ignore. Your emotional intelligence could be the key to achieving environmental sustainability. Have you ever brushed aside your stress signals while scrolling through alarming climate news? That's a dangerous warning. Ignoring these feelings breeds apathy, a major barrier to the change we desperately need. Now, imagine being stuck in traffic, surrounded by pollution, and instead of feeling anger or inspiration, you feel nothing. That numbness is a red flag. Your emotional disconnect could be why we struggle to take action. When we suppress our feelings, we often convince ourselves we're powerless. You might notice trash on the street but choose to walk past it. That's not just laziness, it's emotional fatigue manifesting as inaction. But what if you flipped that script? What if every frustration prompted you to act, be picking up trash, joining a cleanup effort, or discussing these issues with friends? Each small action can create ripples of change. In meetings about sustainability, when it's your turn to speak and you hesitate, that's your emotional intelligence wavering. Recognizing that moment could spark a conversation leading to real solutions. I won't pretend it's easy. Facing these emotions requires confronting uncomfortable truths about your role in this crisis. But leaning into that discomfort is where real change begins. Emotional intelligence isn't just about understanding your feelings, it's about using them as a catalyst for urgent action. The more you heed your stress signals, the more empowered you become. So, what's the main takeaway? Embrace your emotions as vital warning signs. Our planet needs people who feel deeply and connect their emotional intelligence with environmental efforts. What will you choose to do with this realization? It all starts with listening to those signals you've been ignoring. Your feelings matter, and so does our planet. Let's act now. Have you ever felt that uneasy twinge when discussing climate change? It's like a nagging thought you can't shake. Most people think about environmental sustainability in terms of recycling or reducing plastic use, but there's a deeper layer that connects directly to emotional intelligence. Yes, that concept we often hear about in self-help books is also crucial for saving our planet. You might wonder, how can my feelings about the environment really make a difference? Think about it. Have you ever met someone who dismisses climate issues as exaggerated? They are often disconnected not just from nature, but from their own emotions. Ignoring our feelings creates a barrier to understanding the urgency of our situation. Imagine a friend who laughs off your concerns about rising sea levels. In that moment, they are not just dismissing facts, they are also ignoring a call for empathy. This disconnection leads to a cycle where we overlook the emotional weight of environmental issues. Many of us unconsciously mirror these attitudes. We scroll through social media watching videos about climate change, but it often feels distant. You might say, I care, but do you really feel it? That emotional gap makes it all too easy to sideline sustainability efforts. Consider a community facing severe drought. People come together to conserve water, but tensions rise beneath the surface. Those who genuinely care about their resources clash with those who see it as an inconvenience. This emotional disconnect can undermine collaborative efforts. But what if we started to bridge that gap? What if we allowed ourselves to truly feel the weight of these issues? Understanding our emotions can spark a powerful drive for change. Embracing vulnerability can lead to creative solutions and teamwork. As we reach this critical point, it's essential to recognize the signs. When discussions about sustainability turn into arguments or indifference creeps in, those are warning signs. indicating we might be overlooking a crucial part of the equation or emotional connection to the environment. Now, take a moment to reflect. How do you feel when you think about the future of our planet? It's time to tap into that emotional intelligence. It can transform apathy into action just as easily as it can turn frustration into inspiration. So, what's the takeaway? Don't ignore that uncomfortable truth. Your feelings matter. They can guide you and others toward meaningful change. The next time you discuss environmental issues, ask yourself, am I really feeling it? That emotional connection could be the key to a more sustainable future. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts. Let's start a conversation that truly matters. Have you ever thought about how emotional intelligence connects to environmental sustainability? It might seem surprising, but your feelings could play a vital role in helping our planet. Here's the hard truth: many of us don't realize how our emotional responses shape our actions toward the environment. We often believe that facts and figures are the only drivers of change, but that's just part of the story. What if emotional intelligence is the missing piece we need? Imagine standing in a park, surrounded by nature, feeling a deep sense of peace. You think, I should do more to protect this. But then life gets busy, and that feeling fades. This is where many of us stumble. We tend to dismiss our emotions, believing they don't matter, but they actually have the power to inspire real, lasting change. Think back to a time when you made a choice based on how you felt. Maybe you decided to recycle or take public transport. Those decisions often stem from a deeper emotional understanding, yet we rarely acknowledge their significance. What if ignoring this connection is preventing us from achieving true sustainability? Many organizations focus heavily on data and strategies while neglecting the emotional engagement of their teams. They assume that logic alone can drive action, but without that emotional spark, picture a community program aimed at planting trees. It starts strong, fueled by excitement, but over time, if that emotional connection isn't nurtured, interest begins to wane. People forget why they cared in the first place. This cycle repeats in countless initiatives, gradually diminishing their impact. So, how do we break this cycle? First, we need to see our feelings as valid motivators. They aren't distractions, fire signals. Just like you would respond to a warning light on your car dashboard, it's time to pay attention to the emotional signals that can guide us toward a more sustainable future. And to a friend in need, it's time to respond to our planet. Emotional intelligence can ignite collective action, transforming passive concern into passionate advocacy. But here's the catch: this transformation won't happen overnight. We need to cultivate awareness and foster dialogue, encouraging empathy toward both the environment and our communities. It's a gradual process, but that's where real change occurs. As you reflect on this, consider how your emotions influence your choices. Are they driving you to take action, or are they being overlooked in the rush of daily life? Embrace your feelings as a powerful tool on this journey. Take a moment to ask yourself, what small step can you take today, inspired by your emotions, to promote sustainability in your life? The answers might surprise